You know, I was interested in the picture, you know, that Master had drawn of Babaji, and I have to tell you the story. I had a good friend, Dr. Banerjee. He lived in Bangalore. We were very close. And he was a great devotee of Sai Baba. And I felt that here's a man, intelligent man, and he was really deeply into meditation, sadhana, and so forth. You know, we'd talk together because we were kind of like brothers, you know, we were really close. And he told me, and he was, by the way, he was the nephew of the Tiger Swami that Master writes about in his book. And he told me all kinds of experiences that he had with the Tiger Swami. But he says there's one person that I want you to meet. There's a saint near Calcutta. His name is Santosh Dada. And he said, on your way back, be sure that you contact him. And he gave us the name of Dr. Mukherjee that would take us over to meet him. And sure enough, the time came. We got on a hot train, no air conditioning, and you know how it is in Calcutta. We rode 2 hours on this train, and finally the train stopped at this little village, and there was nothing there except a couple of benches where you get on and off the train. But Dr. Mukherjee knew where Santosh Dada lived, so we went over there, and he lived in this little hut. And he had an apple crate there because he didn't want Americans to have to sit on the floor. And so he had these apple crates for us, and he got out his fan, and he was so sweet, you know. He was fanning us like this, and we were feeling so happy, you know, to be there in spite of the conditions. It was just so happy. And he heard that we were disciples of Yogananda. So he said, I have to tell you this story. He said, one day I was riding this bicycle rickshaw in the streets of Calcutta. And the streets were very crowded with people, and we were going very slowly. And as we were going along, he said he couldn't take his eye off this young man that he saw approaching the rickshaw. And as this young man came closer and closer, he noticed that his eyes were slightly up in his forehead. And he was just fascinated by this. He just couldn't stop looking at him. And as he went by, he saw that as he was walking, his feet were about like that off the ground. He was just amazed, you know. And then he went back to his home. And about 3 or 4 days before he went into town, this person had given him a copy of the Autobiography of a Yogi, and he hadn't had time to look at it. But after he went back home, after seeing this sadhu walk by him, he just flipped the book open, and there was this picture of Babaji, just exactly like it had been drawn in the book. And he was such a beautiful saint, you know. He never would sleep. He'd sit up and he'd be meditating all night. And he was a real astrologer, like Sri Yukteswarji, you know, not just a half-baked one, but one of the real ones. But it was such a blessing, you know, to meet somebody like that.